Good morning. Welcome to Springfield Engine Works. I'm Jim. We just closed on a new facility here, inherited some old stuff, and we're just going to take you on a quick little tour, highlight a couple projects. You can enjoy the journey with us.
Okay.
So this is the bottom end part of the shop.
What do you mean by bottom end?
So bottom end, the block, crank, piston assemblies in there. So this is after the cleaning process gets tore down, shot blasted and cleaned up, ready to go. Next step for all of these here is to go up into our boring machine, rebore the cylinders, make sure they're straight. Once that's done, they go over into the hone and get their surface finish. In the hone, but it's a little bit of a messy process.
Oh, this motor looks good.
Yeah, this is a little Honda motor. Just going to get bored and new oversized pistons in. And go back to customer as a short block.
A performance motor?
Nope, just kind of a stock rebuild, little restoration project he's doing. This is our line boring machine. So if we've got to recut mains, if an old block is twisted or you're replacing caps, we recut those main caps so the crankshaft fits in there nice. Here's our single cylinder stuff, or single cylinder boring machine for doing single cylinders, so 2-stroke or 4-stroke. Same process for fixing both of those. Another machine process here is for crankshaft balancing. Cranks go in, set up our bob weights, run those for balance. Balancing's done to improve bearing life, but also get rid of vibration for performance applications or.
And we're going to go through all these machines over time.
Yep.
Okay.
Rod hone, so reconditioning rods before they get installed into the motor with the piston and hooked up to the crank. A couple projects that we got in progress here. So this is a old Pontiac here. That'll be a complete build. This is a 351M. A little bit different than the Cleveland and Windsor. Don't hear a whole lot about them.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
I had a 351 Cleveland and a Windsor, but I've never heard of an M.
Yeah. So it's the 351M is similar to the 351 Cleveland. Deck height and piston dimension is where they really get different.
Why was that engine came about?
So it was a truck motor that they did, really just kind of a low-end torque motor.
I gotcha.
I don't know all the good justification in changing that, but makes it a little bit more challenging to find parts for it since they weren't too common. So over here's our cylinder head stuff. So here's our resurfacer, and heads come in and warped. Do a lot of service work for local garages out of that. Seat and guide machine, obviously cuts valve seats and guides into place. So
I love this.
Yeah, plenty of tool options there. So new old addition to our collection here. 1941 Monarch lathe.
And what are you going to use this for?
So unavailable parts, we run into challenges time on valve guides, but also for adjusting weight on cranks if we've got to reduce a lot of weight, and just general machining.
This thing's in amazing shape.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it looks a little rough with all the paint stripped off, but
made right in Sydney, Ohio.
Yep. Just adds a little capability for us. A little bit of heads. Cody's working on a 24 valve Cummins there, so that's just
Looks pretty ugly from this point.
It does. It just came out of the hot tank, so he'll tear this down and we'll redo all the valve seats and get it cleaned up and sealing good.
How long will it take to do that?
That'll probably be about a day and a half total process to tear that down, pull all the seals, cut the valves, and then refinish the seats. A lot of times things come in and sometimes folks give us the mileage. Sometimes they just say it's broke and they've already tore it apart, or it's a farm truck that the odometer doesn't work on. So parts cleaning tank, that's ultrasonic. Use that for a lot of our final cleaning, get grit and everything out. Our shot blaster, so it shoots a steel shot on there, run our parts through there after they come out of the oven, gets all the ash and gaskets off. The load getting ready to go into the oven. Probably later today. It'll go in just like that, everything stacked. Bakes all the oil, paint, and gasket and everything off. And then we kind of kind of going in reverse order here.
Okay,
The
so
block that we looked at earlier, that was nice clean cast, is after this process. So some miscellaneous stuff that we inherited as we closed on the shop a few months ago.
so you had lots of this is cleanup.
Yeah, this is cleaned up.
You got some more to do yet, but amazing. I was in here a couple of months ago, and it was just there were things and nooks and crannies. There was just all over the place.
Yeah,
It was
we've
amazing.
probably picked up, I don't know, probably another 30% of the square footage in this building just cleaning in the last few months. So
Yeah.
it's been quite the project.
So you've got customers whose stuff has been here for a while.
Yeah, many years, you know, and some of that's kind of normal. You know, people get into a restoration project, they anticipate it getting done a lot faster, and they say, "Oh, it's okay, no rush," and then they get behind on their project, and so we kind of end up storing stuff as projects are going. On, you know, in all reality, 2-3 years on a, you know, project that you're doing at home with you know, a friend or your son or whatever, ends up taking a couple of years.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
It's a challenge for everybody.
Yep.
Another new piece to our collection, small surface plate. Yeah, a little bit more of the collection here.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this is our high-tech air conditioning in the summer. And this is, you know, spares that have been left, you know, from partial motors. Every once in a while, somebody's got a motor that they no longer need that's still serviceable, so they leave them with us, which is kind of nice, but makes it fun to store. So
Yeah.
so that's the majority. Oh,
So you're looking to get rid of all this stuff, aren't you?
no, we're looking to build it for somebody.
Okay. So you've got lots of. Do you have an inventory of all this yet?
No, don't have an inventory of it yet. That's things to work through. There's a rough inventory in our head. We have not gotten really even to pick up and move all of the stuff to inventory it. We've kind of cleared the work areas. We've still got to dig into all of the shelves and you truly see what all's there. But there's Pontiacs, there's Fords, there's Chevys, some Hondas in there, small blocks, big blocks, complete motors, parts of motors, a little bit of everything. Across a set of heads for an old M151 for the military vehicle enthusiasts. They know what that is, but it's a version of the Jeep that was ran in the 70s Vietnam War era.
Okay. Yeah, because the Jeep started leaving the inventory, what, in the early 80s?
Yeah, there's a few hangars on like the Flightline tugs. Didn't go out of the vehicle inventory probably until early 2000s.
Yeah.
They were just a unique vehicle and not a lot of miles, so they didn't need to replace them anytime soon.